Hello and welcome back to the External Potato YouTube channel, and today we're going to be starting a new dynasty. I haven't kept up with the Wyoming and the Idaho one. I deleted the Idaho one by accident, and then I was doing the Wyoming one. I got busy with work, hours picked up, so I didn't have a lot of free time from work and doing personal stuff. So now they cut back on hours, back to 40 hours, so I have a couple hours a day for free time after I do everything from work and my personal life to kind of record. And the new new rosters for NCAA football came out. I will have the link in the description. I posted a video which will lead you to another link to the forums to download the rosters. So I thought I'd just do a new dynasty since the new rosters are out, and just a huge thank you to the people and that help do those rosters. It takes time out of their day to do those rosters every single day for the last couple of years, and it means a lot. But today we're going to show you that I'm starting a new dynasty. All the conferences should be correct except for one or two conferences I kind of moved around so we can have a conference championship in the conference that I'm in. But as you can see, Louisville has moved to the Atlantic ACC, and we took Maryland out. In the American Conference, this should be correct. We have the American East, which is correct. And then we have the American West, which also has Navy, which is correct. Then we go to the Big 12. You get your 10 teams in the Big 12. Nothing's changed. Then we go to the Big 10. We go to Ohio State. And this is all correct. Rutgers has moved in. Then we have not Nebraska. Yeah, we have Maryland and Rutgers in the other one. Wow, I'm drawing a brain fart. But these are correct also. Conference USA, there's a couple teams that we can't put in, like Liberty or Charlotte can't be put in, and I think there's one more other team that I'm missing. Can't remember. But those are the couple teams that we can't put in. But in the Conference USA East, everything is correct. Old Dominion has moved in. Charlotte should be in the Conference USA East, but we can't import them in. Conference USA West is correct. Western Kentucky has moved into there. And if you noticed, we took out UTSA. We moved them to a different conference. The Independent does not have BYU or UMass. So, as you can see, the MAC used to have UMass. They went independent because they got kicked out of the MAC, which is correct. Everything else is correct here. Mountain West is correct. Everything there, nothing's changed in the last couple of years. Pac-12, same, etc. I'm not going to go through all of them. We got the ACC, Alabama's still number 1. We got Georgia, and we go to the Sun Belt. This is where the conference has changed. We put UMass in the conference in the Sun Belt East, and we imported Appalachian State to take place for Idaho. And I did end up downloading a new Appalachian State. I think there was a newer roster that came out a couple weeks ago or a couple months ago that have the real names, if I remember right, for Appalachian State. And they are pretty good. They're not super overpowered, but they're not a cupcake compared to the rest of the people in this conference. So like I said, we moved UMass over. Now we have the Sunbelt West, which we moved BYU out of the Independent into the Sunbelt. We took New Mexico State out of the Independent, moved them to the Sunbelt. And then we took UTSA out of the Conference USA and moved them to the Sunbelt also. So we can have a 12-team conference and a conference championship game for the Sunbelt, because our dynasty is going to take place in Texas as Texas State Bobcats. It's a college team that's in a state that is very known for college players. There's a lot of college players that come out of there, but they're subpar. I don't think they've ever been to a bowl game. I don't think they've ever had a winning record, frankly, in Division I, except 6-6, if I remember right, which isn't a winning record. You're breaking even, you're 500. But we're going to take place as them. Some of the stipulations that I'm going to have in the dynasty, let me just pull out my notes right here. When we recruit, we are only allowed 8 3-stars as a 1-star school. We can have as many 1 or 2 stars as we want. When we go to a 2-star, we will be allowed probably a couple more that'll come to when it happens, but that might not be for a year or two, so we'll talk about that then. But we're only allowed 8 3-stars, so it's a little bit of a challenge. We don't become overpowered very quickly. We'll go to the Heisman watch. I'm pretty sure these are pretty fucky still. kind of like, you know, yeah, they have an outside linebacker for Alabama who's an 82 overall. We got a freshman quarterback from Texas A&M. Wide receiver makes sense. The running back Hall does not make sense. He's 69 overall. Does not make sense at all. And then we got Crocker, wide receiver for Oregon, which does not make sense at all. Let's go to preseason polls and we'll see where we're at. We'll do the top 25 and then we'll move on to where we're at. Okay, we got Alabama at number 1, Clemson number 2. We got Georgia, Wisconsin. I don't think Wisconsin started off 4th though. I don't think they did. Ohio State, Washington, Oklahoma, Miami, Auburn, Penn State, Michigan State, Notre Dame, Stanford, Michigan at 14. USC rounds up the top 15. Then we got TCU, West Virginia, Mississippi State, Florida State, Virginia Tech, UCF, Boise State, Texas, who we will be playing. I will show you guys our schedule here soon. Oregon and LSU. I'm pretty sure we can. No, I'll just scroll right now. Might take a second. I don't think we can organize them from lowest to highest. Come on. I think we're like 115. Oop, the worst. We're 120. So the worst team is Appalachian State, just because we imported them. There's UTEP, Kent State, Rice, Louisiana, Hawaii, and then us at 120, which is very fitting for how garbage we are. So we'll back it up. And we'll go over to our schedule. So our first game will be against the Houston Cougars. I made it a home game because our next 3 games are going to be away. A little spoiler alert. And I kind of wanted to play. I think the next 3 are, or it's every other. I wanted to play as many home games as away games instead of playing all of our games away. But as you can see, Texas State. Oh, they do have a winning record. That's shocking. But they've never been to a bowl game though. They've never been to a bowl game. Overall, football-wise, they have an all-time record of 105 and 40 and 431. I don't think they've ever won a bowl game. I'll have to double-check my information. Okay, Houston. And our schedule goes home against Houston, at Texas, at Florida, and at Miami. We want to play a couple games out east in Florida because we're going to be recruiting a lot out of Texas, but I kind of want to get that speed out of the southeast, which would involve Florida. So I'm going to try playing as many games as I possibly can over there, get some exposure and hopefully get a couple recruits interested in us in the future, hopefully. But then we come back home for Louisiana Lafayette, which will be a tough game. Then we play App State, which is Appalachia. We play Southern Alabama, UTSA at home. New Mexico State, which should be we should probably win that one. Arkansas State, which we'll probably lose. We'll lose against BYU. We'll probably lose against UMass. We'll probably only win 4 games this year, I'm not going to lie. We'll go on over, we'll look at the depth charts real quick, and you guys will see who will be starting for our Texas State Bobcats. We're going to be starting Jalen Gibson. He's a redshirt freshman. He's 6'2", 195. He's got 86 speed. He's got good acceleration and everything. I mean, Willie Jones III, he's good too. He's got the same height roughly. He's a little bit taller, he's a little bit skinnier, but he's got 82 speed, and I don't know. We're going to be running the pistol, so we're going to be needing a player that can make plays with his feet. And Gibson's got a little bit of better carrying, but where the traits come in for the positive and the negative, Gibson has a horrible, horrible arm for power. Willie Jones III has a good arm for power. Bad accuracy. Gibson has a little bit better accuracy. So what I'm thinking is I'm going to start off Jalen Gibson. If things don't work out well for us in the first game or the first couple games, or hell, even the first couple of drives of the Houston game, I'm going to throw in Willie Jones III and see what he can do. Because I believe it should be a quarterback battle. Then we come down to Anthony D. Taylor. He is a redshirt junior, 5'10", 205. He's going to be our starting running back. He's a power back, more or less. He's got good strength, good acceleration, good agility, great awareness. But he doesn't have the best of moves, if I believe right. He has a good stiff arm. Yeah, he does have a good spin move and a good juke move. So he's going to be a good running back, a very solid running back. So we're going to go to our wide receivers. which we have Taylor White. He's 5'8". He's a short guy, but he's got some good speed, and I believe he's going to be very impactful. And then we got Mason Hayes. He's a junior, 6'1". He's a little taller, a little bit faster, but I think he's going to make a couple good plays too. And then we got wait, is that our? Hold on. Oop. No. Yeah, I thought it was like our quarterback's brother. I was like, what? No. But yeah, okay, as you can see, our wide receiver core needs improvement. I've redshirted quite a few freshmen that were in the wide receiver core. But for the most part, we're going to be trying to recruit another running back, a wide receiver too, but then we need offensive linemen, like for the future. Because a lot of our line is young, except for the right guards, but our tackles, our good tackles, are going to be gone after next year. And I want to bring... Defensive-wise, there isn't really much for the line-wise, but the linebacker core, 81 overall, Hale Vinson. He's a little lackey on speed, but he has a tackling ability. He's good. Like, he has a real good tackling ability. He's just a little slow, which is the downside. But he's got great tackling skills. He's got great vertical. He's got 89 tackling, 81 hit power, 83 power move, 85 finesse move. This guy can play on the line. He's that good. He's got good pursuit. He's got good play rec. He's got a good man coverage. He's got a good zone coverage. A lot better than Brian down below. So I think we're going to stick with him. Our overall best middle linebacker, I think we got 3. No, we got 2. I redshirted one of them. Would be London the second. We're running a 3-4, so both of these guys are going to get the starting nod. They're both a little lackey on speed, except for London. He has good acceleration and good agility. They both have decent or pretty good awareness, but good tackling abilities, like the other linebackers. Frankie Griffin. He has good speed, 84 overall, 6 foot, 205. He's going to be our star on the defensive side of the ball. He has 81 agility, 81 acceleration, 82 awareness. Granted, he's a senior, but that's good. We need that. So we're going to move on over. He's got good pursuit. He's got good block shed. He's a little slow on the play rec. His coverage is a little iffy, but he's got good tackling skills, which is good. That's what we need. And he's got good speed, which is going to be our fastest linebacker, which is definitely a lack on our defense. Our corners are young. We got a sophomore, freshman, junior. Yeah, the best ones are pretty young. A little slow on the speed side, but the top 2 guys have good awareness, which is very good, and good acceleration and agility overall. And then our safeties ain't much, and yeah, so I don't know. Should be good. That's what we need. So that's going to be our Texas State Bobcats right there. We're going to be playing Houston for our very first game, and I'm hoping that it goes well. I've never really run the pistol offense, which is what Texas State runs in real life. So I don't know how well it's going to go. If it doesn't work in the first game or two, I'm going to switch out and dip out and do something different, because the pistol is more of a read option type of offense, I would per se. Colin Kaepernick ran a lot of it back in college at Nevada, and they did that really well, but I personally don't play with the pistol offense that well. And the play selection is very slim, which is sucky. But thanks for watching, guys. Just remember, link in the description for the new rosters for the 2019 season of college football. And feel free to like, subscribe, and the next video should be the game. I won't be doing recruiting for a while until things start picking up around like week 3 or something like that. So I'll be looking forward to that, and I hope you guys have a good day or night, and hopefully catch you guys and girls in the next video.